Please the court, Your Honor. James Parker on behalf of Mr. Antoine Hodges, on behalf of Mr. Marquise Young, on behalf of Mr. John Pleas, on behalf of Mr. Vincent Washington, and on behalf of Mr. Michael Andrew.
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wanda Brown on behalf of the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Good morning, Ms. Brown.
Your Honor, if I may. Your Honor, Richard Dwyer appearing on behalf of Mr. Hodges. Your Honor, I was here earlier representing Mr. Hodges for his attorney of record. I understand that he had a probation violation, and I came back here as soon as possible. If this case is, if his probation matters are ready to be, has already been reassigned, then I'll step aside.
Mr. Oh yeah, that was Dwyer's case.
All right. Well, what's yours now, Mr. Dwyer?
No, actually, it was Mr. Winters. I was standing in for him.
All right, to my right, sir, please state your name.
Antoine Hodges.
Good morning, sir. Please state your name. Good morning, sir.
John Hedges.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Vincent Washington.
All right, good morning, sir.
Michael Andrew.
All right, good morning. All right, now, how do you want to proceed today, Mr. Dwyer?
Your Honor, Mr. Hodges has just been arraigned on a new case, and he would waive the former reading stand on the violation if we could
Ms. Brown.
track this.
That is correct, Your Honor. He's scheduled to appear before the Honorable Vonda Evans on November the 20th. Bond has been set in that matter at $25,000, 10%. We would ask to track the new case and match the bond.
All right, well, we'll track your case and I'll match the bond at $25,000, 10%.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hodges.
All right, now, Mr. Parker, as it relates to your respondents, your clients, they want to plead guilty.
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Young, yes, my other clients do. Well, no, on behalf of Mr. Young indicates that his case has been resolved, his new case. Am I correct on that? And then I guess that means he wants to admit guilt. Is that correct, sir? Picking up a new case.
All four want to
Yes.
plead guilty, is that right, Mr. Parker?
Mr. Young does, Mr. Hades does, Mr. Washington says that he's completed his alternative workforce, and is that the nature and only charge he has?
That is not the only charge. In addition to the workforce, he's not paid his court costs and fees in full.
Okay.
Not in full.
That is correct, Your Honor. All four of my clients would like to admit guilt. They have.
All four of you understand you have a right to have a hearing regarding these allegations that you violated the terms and conditions of probation.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's got to speak up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, all four of you understand you have a right to have a lawyer represent you at that hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right, all four of you understand the hearing burdens on behalf of the Department of Corrections to prove your guilt by preponderance of the evidence. That means they have to produce more evidence than not at the hearing before I can find you guilty.
Yes, sir.
All four of you understand that.
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Mr. Young, you understand if I accept the guilty plea from you and Mr. Hades and Mr. Washington, the maximum penalty I can impose under Michigan law can be up to 5 years in prison. All three of you understand.
Yes, sir.
Sir? Everybody's got to speak up, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Andron, you understand if I accept the guilty plea from you, sir, the maximum penalty I can impose is up to 2.5 years in prison.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, it's my understanding all four of you want to go forward and plead guilty today. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give be the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hands down. Ms. Brown, as it relates to Mr. Young.
Your Honor, Mr. Young was sentenced to an 18-month term of probation under HIDA status on March the 17th of 2008. On March the 17th of 2009, he was arrested by Oak Park Police and charged with 3 counts of assault with intent to murder, 3 counts of felonious assault, and 1 count of discharge in or at a building. He has since been convicted in that matter and sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections.
All right, Mr. Young, those allegations true, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Brown, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Parker, satisfied?
Satisfied, Your
Of
Honor.
course, going to accept the guilty plea. Ms. Brown, any recommendation?
Your Honor, we would ask that the HIDA status be revoked, probation be closed without improvement.
All right, Mr. Parker, any objection?
No objection.
All right, so ordered.
Come on back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, as it relates to Mr. Hades.
In regards to Mr. Haddish, Your Honor, he was sentenced to a 3-year term of probation on September the 19th of 2006. The allegations of the warrant is that he's failed to report as instructed. He last reported to the probation department February the 9th of 2009. Failed to pay his court costs and fees. All balances are outstanding.
Is that right, Mr. Hades?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what happened?
I had a triple bypass heart attack.
Okay, all right.
He believes you. He believes you.
All right, satisfied, Mr. Parker?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown?
Satisfying,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
of course, accept the guilty plea. Your recommendation?
Your Honor, we would ask that this matter be closed without improvement. That medical issue is documented with the department.
All right,
Thank you,
any
Your Honor.
objections, Mr. Clerk?
No objection.
All right, I'm gonna close this matter out. Mr. Haddish, you off probation, sir. Good
Thank
luck to
you,
you,
Your Honor.
okay? All right. Mr. Washington, Ms. Brown?
Your Honor, Mr. Washington was sentenced to a 2-year term of probation on April the 21st of 2009. The allegations of the warrant is that he's failed to complete 30 days of alternative workforce within 150 days. He's also failed to make his payments toward his court costs and fees. He has made one payment of $30.
Mr. Washington, what happened with the workforce, sir?
I have school, so I have school 5 days a week. I'm going to school full time, so I had to wait at least until I can go. Well, I was doing 2 days of workforce on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So, and my completion date on the workforce was January 7th. I already completed my workforce days. The reason I couldn't pay my restitution fees is because I don't have a job now, and I'm going to school full time.
Ms. Brown?
Your Honor, according to his case report submitted by his agent, he's not completed any of the alternative workforce. We will check that record. As far as school is concerned, he began classes on September the 28th, so he just began going to school.
Parker?
Your Honor, my client has informed me that he has been doing some workforce and he is in school. So we ask that he continue probation.
All right, well, Ms. Brown, you wanna have an opportunity, to check to see what the record is on the workforce?
We would ask that the probation be continued, Your Honor, to the original term. However, we will check the workforce. It is a total of 30 days. If he has not completed, we're gonna ask for 10 additional days. If he has completed, we will strike that, that allegation from the warrant and agree that he has to make monthly payments toward his court costs and fees.
All right, Mr. Washington, you understand what we're gonna do now?
Yes.
I'm gonna adopt the recommendation, so you have to take care of this workforce and, take care of all these provisions that's required of you, for probation.
As instructed, has paid. He understands that he's been on this probation for a 3-year term. We've reached our max.
Mr. Parker, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Andron, this is what we're gonna do, sir. You substantially comply, so what we're gonna do is, close this matter out under hiding, so this won't be on your record, sir. All right, good luck to you.
Your burger.